G'day everybody. Railways. Talk about railway. Now, a lot of people say railways have its time. Depends on where you are, what countries you have. I believe it's got a lot more time to go. As railway is a good way to travel things. The real maintenance, on them is minimal, and that's what I like. Now I talked about water channels to get things delivered, to travel on cheaply. Which on the water, there's no power, not much friction to your bow. Work you need to do to maintain things. We will maintain. I want to go kiss when it comes to things that are important. Even if it's a little slow, you never get rid of a system that's reliable. You can add on to things, add extras for extra people, the extra curriculum and stuff like that. But you never get rid of a reliable KISS system. Otherwise you're stupid when things go wrong. There's what you've got to fall back on. And reliable systems are always good to have. As you see, we still have some old things that we use that hasn't changed. As it's pretty reliable for what it does. It's good to fall back on. So what do I want to see with railway? Well, we've already got railway everywhere. We whinge about fast trains and extra costs. So you have problems about extra costs. You try to do upgrade what you got and what you can do without the extra costs. How can you do that? Can you do something? Some people can do something. Done the upgrade, or they just can't do it. But you've got to look at that area. And so, how could you upgrade a line and not have fast things on it, but you can still use it? Instead of not having it, so having something and nothing. And so, an upgrade quick. Could you electrify that line? So as I'm concerned, America showed that all you have to do is just make that line negative and positive. And then make sure that the safety side don't go touch those lines with animals. So they'll get electrocuted as it's like a power line on the ground. And here in Australia we have electric trains. But we run the other way where we got an act and decided to have the power lines for safety way, I guess. So it's perhaps cheaper. I've never checked out the cost of the system that we have to the American system and power on trains, not electric. Now, once you make them electric, this is my top thing to do, or change and convert to other trains that need to run or want to run for history things, the fuel, to make those things run better in the future. They need to be, and it makes me happy enough in that area. They always think about it every day till they get to that direction. And break the science, and when it does, they jump on it as quick as possible. As we all want things to be more green. And besides making a healthy planet, it just helps that we won't put any footprint. Green to me means you're being neutral. And green allows you to be neutral to easily help if it needs to be. And you're not creating any more problems, which is why I'm interested. Nuclear stuff, I don't like to hear about, as there's other ways and time, things to do, and you don't need to rush in, or business needs to win, as we need all power now because business wants to make money. Think about why we need power, right? In certain areas, build more quickly in what areas do they build, and so on. So when it comes to the train line, I've electrified, try to electrify as soon as I can. I'll talk to the train people. What you do is a couple of people do. First you talk to the people as well because you have your idea and then perhaps they don't like your idea or perhaps they want to help tweak your idea. Right? And so chatting to people never hurts. Not as long as it's you just got to have the time and the ability to, when you have a chat, to what kind of questions and things that you can chat to make things happen. Instead of just having cups of teas and that was the weather type of thing. too much more in the other way. So I'd like to see the trains be converted into electric. A lot of trains can be the same when you go to convert things like a car. You just got to change the engine, tweak a few little things, and it's a quick changeover in certain areas. And you don't have to buy completely new, which is a good thing that I like, because a lot of areas have gone completely new, and that's more costly. It's just a little tweak in that. You do a similar thing, and you slow up, do the same thing as that, buying all that completely new, billions and billions of dollars. Right, you're better off going the other way than not going to get stuff, as they talk about. When it comes to financial advisors, go to that or them, I've heard their advice plenty of times, and I find myself to be good at a financial advisor to work with money I've got for the things that we need to get and do. And I'm happy to chat to anyone that thinks that I don't just in the last recent years, getting better at it. Code towards the lesson in that area as well. So back to the trains. I have to hear one shout, I better get out, I've got to run very slowly. You know, cracking hot water surface that heats up the water, so if you don't run things properly and you use things too quick, you'll be getting a cold shower. And so I run it very, very slowly, using up to 5 to 10 times, or allows the system to balance out. And that's a key, that's the reason, as it adds water to it. That's hot water. And now, let's get back to the train. So what do you do? You electrify it, right? You go and run it. Electrify it. How can you electrify it? What's the best way to electrify it? We're using panels as fences, I hear, right? So we've got plenty of panels. And you don't rely on one thing, it's good to have as many systems as you can. If one system doesn't have, but it's good to have multi, definitely a backup. And so with these panels, with electric systems, you can feed into the line. So you can do relay stations. Areas as we do power plants, and you can have areas where you feed into the line to help boost the line. And whatever's left over as well in this area, you could also, as they set up houses, feed the extra electricity out to the grid. So these companies can do the same things as households when it comes to green energy and supplying that energy companies that supply energy in any green way. Right? And so, what you do is you get that all done, the engine change it in whichever green direction. You might change it to hydro if you're the first country that can build engines that can withstand the power of hydro. It's a bigger bang of certain engines if they're not designed. But I'll go electric here in Australia as we've got solar panels for fences, right? And what you do is you can use those fences along the railway lines, existing railway lines, and they need a gap in trees and stuff like that, so the perfect area to get sun. Right? And you can feed those solar panels in certain areas into the train line, so certain areas will literally have enough power to feed along that line. Right? And then any extra other powers you have besides the solar, so you've always got power, you can have train lines go through mountains, they go through everywhere, right? And they're one big thick line. And they're a thick line, so they'll have their hand spreading this power across, balanced out quite evenly, but as long as it shouldn't be too much of a worry. Maybe even have another secondary line underneath and they build more to help out that area. First you start one area, find out how it goes, and then you can make it better or you stop. You can just feed this line. And along the lines, you can have, when you go through mountains, you can have small ones that have these big city ones. But we have small areas where you get hydrogen. We've got hydrogen. We'll talk about that. Total memory book of the power I was just talking about. I'll just give you something, makes you feel good. Call it a plan. Which someone said to me, that's it, but I'll be talking about all these other things. Blank on something I always talk about. It's quite amazing how that happens, the brain can work. But I'll not talk too much before I cause more problems. The ones out of, comes out of mountains. I'm looking out of memory, like, terrible. Anyway, you can have them built along, right? Simultage. This is totally different. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, you build them, they can add on to the power, right? I'll write in the comments. Okay, talk them or what's going on. What's brains do and such. It's like forgetting your kid's name, you know. Anyway, you build them and you can have wind turbines, anything green that definitely the line goes past. You can add to the grid. Right? That's pretty much what I want to say before that rewind comes, which is so simple. And my brain's still trying to keep on this line, so it's probably going to come back. And so when you feed all this energy into the line, and it's all green, and you've got extra energy, you're also helping out. And when you do that, it's all free, except maintenance. So it's low cost maintenance. You know, fuel, tyres wearing out, trucks, don't have to worry about a lot of trucks, extra trucks, trains can pull a lot, getting a lot of power, get less crashes, less other people crashing into the situation. Of course, we have boom jets for that kind of stuff. We have crashes more often, we need more boom jets. That's easy to sort out, isn't it? And it helps with the when it comes to delivering things heavy in all sorts of ways. And trains is one of the best. It's better than trucks. Right? I'm not saying trucks need to go extinct in that area. They need to be used to travel around areas where the train lines aren't. Train lines everywhere, so. But it certainly needs to balance out. We're hearing about there's a lot of trucks. That's because we don't use the train lines as much as what we used to. And it's all about money, all that kind of stuff. And so I like to see the train line head towards that area. What do you reckon? Reckon that would be a plan to do? Or would it be the best to just throw out the credit card and get more trains and keep the same and bring the train lines back kind of thing? What tweaks would you believe you could do and how costly would it be? And could you believe that you could also help that area as a government to help with ads and stuff like that to promote that area, to guide it all along without using your credit card. So when you make an ad, you can add something, and when you talk about things, you can talk about things really quickly as a government, instead of just yourself, the interviews and stuff like that, which helps promote companies and help other people see what you're trying to see for them. You know what I mean? Let me know if you get that word before I do. You can't! It's probably not. It's going to light up and I'm going to get a shower. See you later. The blood in the shower. Trainline.